brother the lawyer, or were they both in on it together and they both tormented? Well, we're here. It's Halloween. So, welcome back to 31, and it is the final day, day 31, and for that one, we're here. We're in the year 2020, but we're looking back to before cinemas closed to the pandemic, and I am reviewing the film which I think is one of the best ones this year so far, The Invisible Man. So this is written and directed by the great Leigh Whannell, who has given us many great horrors. You know, he co-wrote Saw with James Wan, he co-starred and co-wrote the Insidious films and even directed the third one, and he wrote and directed this H.G. Wells one. This is based on the work by H.G. Wells, and in this, a woman named Cecilia, played by Elisabeth Moss, has an abusive boyfriend, and she manages to get out of this abusive relationship from her boyfriend, who's a scientist. And then she gets word that he's committed suicide, and she inherits his fortune, and she then starts to believe that he's not as dead as she thinks, as she starts to see him around and notice, there's someone or something lurking around watching her every move, and she believes it's her evil ex Adrian, and he's found a way to become invisible, and people think she's a bit loopy and a bit mad and daft, thinking she's crazy. And of course Adrian has a brother who's a lawyer who also claims to be on Cecilia's side and that he was a manipulative control freak. And she eventually does discover that he is invisible and he is around and alive, and she even finds in his house that he's perfected an invisibility suit, and he's been using this technology to stalk her, to watch her every move, and to make her go insane or seem insane around her. And of course, in a big twist, it turns out that it wasn't Adrian, it was his brother, the lawyer. Or were they both in on it together and they both tormented Cecilia? And Adrian staged this whole thing after his brother got killed by Cecilia. Oh, what? What? Anyway, she eventually, stands up to Adrian, and, she faces him head on and everything. And when he won't be honest with her, she puts on the spare invisible suit she found. So I'm not giving any spoilers away, because I imagine if you're a horror fan, you'll have seen this film by now. So let's get on to my likes and dislikes. So, after the Dark Universe failed to launch in 2015's The Mummy, 2016's The Mummy, the whole Dark Universe unfortunately got scrapped, and I would have loved to have seen something like that happen, but Universal teamed up with Blumhouse and decided not to set things up for a cinematic universe, just decided to give it a standalone feel, and they gave us this retelling of the classic H.G. Wells story, The Invisible Man, and Leigh Whannell penned it and directed it, retold it to us, and my God, he did a great job doing this one. I mean, he actually brought the horror into this. I never really considered the Invisible Man horror. I considered it more science fiction, especially the 1933 one with Claude Rains. But what Leigh Whannell does to this one, I was impressed. It had the stalker elements in there, the creep factor, the darkness, the scariness, the horror, and I loved it. I loved, how he made it actual, gave it that horror feel, and it is horror. I consider this actual sci-fi horror thriller, and I loved Elisabeth Moss in this. She did a wonderful performance, playing her character, being convincing, and she's like the victim in it all, and it's like everyone's against her because she can't prove that he's alive because, well, he's invisible. I also like the dinner table scene as well, where he slits her sister's throat and makes it look like she did it. I like how, because he's invisible, he has power over her. And I don't think we've seen a violent, more R-rated version of the Invisible Man, or the Invisible Man brand, since Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon. Yeah, I loved Elisabeth Moss in this. I loved the supporting cast we got in this too. They were all great, and I loved the effects they made. And yeah, in this one, it was an invisibility suit, not an invisible potion. And I thought, yeah, okay, yeah, why not? Why not modernise it a bit? Give us more science into the science fiction. And I mean, it's still science fiction, invisibility, or is it? But anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed this film, and I think it was nicely paced. It had great cinematography, great visuals, great story, and because of the success of this film, Universal and Blumhouse are now considering redoing The Wolfman with Ryan Gosling. So I'm looking forward to that, The Wolfman. I actually want to see what they can do with that. Maybe not set it in, maybe not put things in motion for a cinematic universe. And I feel like this worked. It worked because they didn't set it in they didn't leave anything open, they left no post-credits, nothing. It just felt like a standalone film, and I think that's how, if they ever do a dark universe, I hope that, and this is how to do it, and right now, I don't know if there is a dark universe going to happen. I don't know, I don't care, I just enjoyed this film, and maybe standalone, see where all that goes first. Don't rush it. Don't try and do too much too soon. I feel like a lot of studios are trying to do the whole Marvel thing. What they've done, made a cinematic universe. Yeah, I feel if it's done right and it's not rushed, it can work. Anyway, The Invisible Man ratings. This is easy for me. I'm giving it 5 machetes out of 5 because it was bloody good and I enjoyed it a lot. I don't care if people say it's overrated or underrated. I love it, and it was a good one, and I can rewatch this. I watched it about 3 times this year. See, I don't want to watch it to death because, it can stop being good after so many watches. But, well, mind you, I've watched loads of films and horrors before and I've never grown tired of it. But look, the fact is, I like this film still. And yeah, so there we are, my 31 days of horror movie reviews. I hope you've enjoyed this series. I hope it's been fun, and I've enjoyed making these reviews. I'm even wearing my serial killer shirt with Michael on to mark the occasion because it's Halloween. I originally was planning to, when we get to the year 2020, review Halloween Kills, but that's been delayed by a year for obvious reasons. Anyway, yeah, you can watch all 31 on my channel now. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, let me know what you think to The Invisible Man down in the comments below, and no pressure to subscribe, but it would mean a great deal to me if you did. So there we go. So to see us out now, we have our outro. The same way he introduced the show, he's seeing us out. It's Stabby the Clown. And happy Halloween to you all. And and until next time, don't have nightmares.
Well, congratulations. You made it to the end of 31. Didn't think you'd make it, but Yet, here you are. So, it's finally Halloween. Well, I just want to wish you and everyone on behalf of all of us at Random Horror a happy Halloween. I'm glad to see you made it to the end of the 31 days. Well, I'll be off then. What? Do you think you win a prize? No! But it's been fun having you. It's been fun playing. Well done if you made it to the end. Don't spoil my exit now. Back there ain't no door, it's a toilet.